Today, we're tackling a question that messes with just about everyone who's ever tried to track their food. Is all protein really created equal? Let's get into it.
So let's just start with the big question right out of the gate. Are all protein grams equal? I mean, a gram is a gram, right? Well, when it comes to actually building muscle, it turns out the answer is a little more complicated than that.
You know, if you've ever used a food tracking app, you've seen this. It'll count the few grams of protein you get from a slice of bread the exact same way it counts the 30 grams from a chicken breast. And it kind of leaves you wondering, am I really hitting my goals? Or am I just, fooling myself with subpar protein?
And this brings us to what I call the protein paradox. We're all told to hit a certain number of grams per day, but there's this nagging feeling deep down that the kind of protein we eat matters.
A lot.
Okay, so let's dive into this. The common rule of thumb, especially if you're trying to build muscle, is to shoot for about 1 gram of protein per pound of your body weight every day. So, if you weigh 150 pounds, you're aiming for 150 grams. Seems simple enough, right?
Well, hold on. Hitting that number is a fantastic start, don't get me wrong. But it's not just about the total quantity. The quality of the protein you're eating is what's really going to move the needle for muscle repair and growth. And that is the key we're going to unlock today.
So how in the world do we measure this quality thing? Well, lucky for us, scientists actually have a gold standard method for this. Let's break down what it is and, more importantly, how it works. Okay, it's called PDCAAS. That's a mouthful, I know. It stands for Protein Digestibility Corrected Amino Acid Score. But the idea behind it is actually pretty simple. It just gives every protein source a score, from 0 to 1, where 1 is basically a perfect protein for what our bodies need.
So how does a protein get its score? Well, it really just boils down to 2 key things. First, its amino acid profile. Does it have all the essential building blocks our bodies can't make on their own? And second, its digestibility. I mean, how much of that protein can your body actually break down and put to use?
I love this analogy because it just makes so much sense. Think about building a house. You can't build a modern house with just a pile of sand and a ton of wood. You're missing crucial parts, right? You need the steel, the glass, the wiring. Well, it's the exact same idea with protein. If you're missing some of those essential amino acids, your body just doesn't have the right materials to build new muscle.
Okay, theory's great, but let's make this practical. Let's look at a real-world protein scorecard and see where some of your favorite foods actually rank on this quality scale, and I'm telling you, some of these might surprise you. And just to give you an idea of the huge range we're talking about, check out these 2 extremes. On the low end, you've got something like gelatin, which scores a dismal 8%. But on the high end, you have whey protein, which actually scores over 100%. That's right, it's so good it breaks the scale. The difference is absolutely massive.
All right, here it is, the main event, the scorecard. You can see a really clear pattern here. Most animal sources, whey, eggs, beef, chicken, they all score super high, way above 90%. And hey, notice that a great plant-based source like soy protein makes the high-quality cut too. Then you look down at the lower quality list, and you see stuff like peanut butter, lentils, and wheat. Yeah, they have protein, but your body just can't use it nearly as efficiently.
So if there's one number I want you to burn into your brain from this, it's this one, 90%. Think of it as the cutoff, like getting an A on a test. Anything with a PDCAAS score above 90% is considered a high-quality protein. It's got everything your body needs to build muscle. Anything below? Well, not so much.
So what are you supposed to do with all this? Does this mean you can never eat bread or peanut butter ever again? No, of course not. It just means you need a better strategy. So let's talk about a super simple, actionable rule you can use. And here is the solution in all its glory, the 75-25 rule. It's a really simple guideline. You just aim for the vast majority of your daily protein, about 3/4 of it, to come from those high-quality sources we just talked about.
So here's the bottom line. Just aim for at least 75% of your total protein to come from those top-tier sources, the ones that score 90% or higher. The other 25% can totally come from those lower-quality sources. If you stick to that ratio, you can count the protein from your bread or your rice without worrying, because you know you're giving your body the good stuff it really needs to grow.
Now, that 75-25 rule sounds great, but how do you actually apply it without carrying around a spreadsheet all day? Well, there's an even simpler way to think about it for every single meal.
Honestly, the absolute easiest way to nail that 75-25 split without even thinking about it is to just build every meal you eat around a solid foundation, a protein core made from a high-quality source. And what does that protein core look like in real life? Well, it's all the heavy hitters we saw on the scorecard.
We're talking chicken breast, eggs, lean beef, fish, a scoop of whey protein, or great plant-based options like soy, tofu, and quinoa. Milk and Greek yogurt are awesome too. If you start your meal planning with one of these, you're already most of the way there.
Let's look at a perfect example. A super common healthy snack is apple slices with some peanut butter. Totally fine. But we now know peanut butter isn't a top-tier protein. But watch this. By simply adding a glass of milk, a fantastic, high-quality protein, you've instantly created a snack with a solid protein core. See? The peanut butter is still there, but it's now just a supporting actor, not the main event.
So, as we wrap this up, I'm going to leave you with this one question to chew on. The next time you sit down to eat, just take a quick look at your plate and ask yourself, what's at the core of my next meal? Thanks for tuning in.